Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
15 PCA.
87454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Episode 3 of the Orville New Horizons, Mortality Paradox.
Yep.
It's an excellent science fiction episode.
Perfect, what you
like
want.
it could even been like an Outer Limits.
Oh, yeah.
But the broader context of the Orville narrative, of the certain races and how things happened in previous seasons and everything. But this could be just a standalone sci-fi story.
Oh, it was a good one, too.
Yeah,
like sci-fi. Just sci-fi. Not have to even be outer space. It was just that good.
It's just it could be just like a Twilight Zone type episode or a short story about, there's a space crew and this happened to them.
Yep.
Really cool. It gets to the point where it's like, okay, I want to know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, because you get so confused.
You get so confused and you think you're going down a certain path. And even I was skeptical of the path. I'm like, there's got to be something more to this.
Yeah.
But, what a cool, fun sci-fi story.
Another 10, dude. Man, amazing episode.
And what's funny, too? When you get down to the details, it's like, damn, they got the details. Like, because normally there'd be like I want to say a crack. Like, oh, wait a minute, that could have been the give. No.
No give at all.
Nothing.
None. Zero.
But, okay, we just jump right into it. Tala's coming back from some shore leave.
From Saleya, yeah.
She has a nice little, leather jacket. She looks really nice. I like it.
She does.
And she's checking in and like, how was your vacation? Oh, I came home early because if you knew my dad, you want to, why I came home early. Oh, and it's just having a, this is just like, but I sent a report. There were maybe some Kalon signals in this sector. Like, what are they doing way out here? I don't know. We just kind of have faint. And, since I'm always on the job, even when I'm not on the job.
She goes, you're on vacation. Why are you doing that? Well, I'm always on that because she said I'm always on the job, yeah.
So, okay, I'll let the captain know about it. I'm like, okay, so there's some Kalon signatures. That can mean something.
Yeah. And funny about Tala's parents, they're very, into the military, which is unusual for Slayans. Yeah. So he was kind of like, he was happy to see her.
They're a very smart race.
Yeah.
They'd rather be scholars than even though they're insanely strong, they value their minds more.
Exactly.
But she gives some really cool chocolates, I guess, because dense gravity. The flavors are all very
combined.
They're
heavy. Yeah, they're heavy.
It's super. We haven't had a full blown comedic. Remember Cupid's dagger, where it was just funny from beginning.
Oh yeah. That was the one that was what they thought Orville was going to be originally, more comedy.
But we still get little jokes like, Clyden, just I was talking to Bortus. Did you want some chocolates? Like, oh no, I don't want to. My shore leaves in 30 days, and Lemoy said I need my beach body. So I'm on a diet, so I'm trying to lose some weight.
That's so funny.
But so that's the only thing of a joke. That right there was the only joke.
Yeah, a little joke. Yeah.
They get a signal from some planet saying, there's energy signatures. Could it be, just random space? No. These are many. So this is signs of a civilization.
Yeah.
That planet's been bare.
It's like a desert, barren mine town. They do it for mining and stuff.
If anything, there'd be mining crews there. But no, this is enough signatures to show a city.
Yeah, and they get a little closer and they find, this is 25th century technology. Yeah. They're advances us. What the hell? What's going on?
They're like, okay, let's go and hail them and see what's going on.
There's 8 billion people on the planet. Well, that's a civilization. Yeah.
So they're like, oh, nope, they're not answering. They have the communications erased, but they don't want to talk to us. Yeah. They're not even denying the hail. They're just not answering it.
Nope.
Okay, let's get an away party. Let's go see the mystery. Classic sci-fi mystery. I love it. So, it's Mercer, Kelly, Lemoy, and Tala.
Tala, yeah.
And Bortus.
Bortus, yeah.
Yep. Then, we're going to go down to the planet. Then there's all these trees.
Yeah, it's forest.
What happened to the cities? We're supposed to land in middle Manhattan the way it's supposed to. There's no energy signatures now. I'm like, is this a time flux? Is this a trap?
The whole episode we're going batty to figuring out
trying to figure out exactly what's going on. But even Lemoy's there shouldn't even be a forest here.
No,
it should literally be the Sahara Desert.
Yeah.
Okay.
The scans keep changing. Go, how's that possible? But it's happening.
They scan the trees. These are real trees. They're really here.
Yeah.
Okay. Bortus says, I got life forms. A couple hundred life forms in that direction. Okay, get your weapons ready. Let's start walking. Mm-hmm. Well, they get to a clearing. The camera's facing the...
I love that.
So we don't see what they see. What the hell? Then we see like a high school.
Like a high school you would see today.
Yeah, like, welcome, it's the Lions or whatever. It's like, what? Like a full-blown real...
What's going on?
2021 high school.
Yeah.
They're like, they do the scans. They're like, what are you talking about? Because they go, Orville, there's no city down here. Do you get any other scans? No, we don't scan anything.
There's actually nothing now. What are you talking about? There's a building right there.
We see a building. Well, not on my scanners.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
What's happening here?
At this moment, I'm thinking there's an alien race, for some reason, wants to capture them to... I didn't know if it was malevolent or if it was just like a scientific study or...
Well, we were thinking maybe it could have been like another universe where they're like, this is like a game show to them or something for all we know.
Yeah, like they're just having fun with these people.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for being on tonight's show. I have no clue what's going on.
Nope.
So they see a high school and like, I guess let's go into the high school. There's a trophy kit. I mean, it's down to the exact detail of what a high school should be.
But as soon as they enter, the door closes behind them.
What was that? Got another scary episode. But it's not as scary as the last one.
This is more psychological than scary. Yeah. This is more,
So, they're in a high school and it's shut. And Tala can't even
open it. Like, oh, geez.
And her race, they can lift like thousands of pounds.
Yeah.
So she can't open it. They even shoot it.
That's not a normal door. That's no way that's a normal door.
So I'm thinking, what the heck? I'm like, where's all the kids? But Borderskin's signatures, there's people here. Like,
but where the hell are they at? You're like,
I guess they're all in class.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the heck? Okay, let's walk around and see. I like how Mercer calls the corridors. Well, they're hallways, but
you're thinking 25th century. You're not thinking now. They're just hallways.
So they're just kind of doing the thing. I thought they needed to like meet a teacher.
Yeah.
But a bell rings. Kids start coming out. They're going to their lockers and. One lady's like, oh, excuse me. Border's like, what? You're in front of my locker. So they're not even reacting to Border.
To the Border. So there's a filter where they see him as a person?
Yeah, like a regular student?
Yeah.
Because they don't even question their weird uniforms or anything.
Nothing.
So like...
And then the other one is asking, Malloy says, so what year is this? I go, dude, are you high? No, I'm trying to be, but it seems like... I might be. Can you tell me?
Like, okay, let's just kind of split it. Okay, let's split up and look for clues.
Yeah.
Very Scooby-Doo. And it's down to the minute detail. Like the one kid is late for class. Oh, he runs in last.
It's so accurate. It's scary.
Back up on the Orville and they're like, okay, let's keep scanning. They can't find them.
They can't find them or communicate with them. They're gone. Like, what do you mean they're gone? They're not on the planet. How did that happen? What's going on?
They went through a time rift, a wormhole. So in my mind, even Isaac's like, there's nothing. The ship's down there, but that's it.
That's it, yep.
I thought this was kind of interesting. They're like, okay, let's get a search party. Then Isaac's like, I don't know about that, Lamar, because we might be sending more people
to get trapped in this.
Then Charlie's like, nah.
Well, Charlie just isn't like, she just suspicious. Well, because you don't seem to care about humans. And then Isaac's like, that's not it. I just don't want more people to be missing.
He's like, I'm not trying to devalue who went missing, but every life is.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, no time to think. Let's get you, Finn, and 2 security officers. I'm like, oh God, they're gonna die.
Yeah.
Random red shirts.
Yeah.
So they're gonna go down to the planet. I'm thinking, are they gonna just not see anything?
Who knows?
It's odd.
It's odd.
So they're just walking around scanning, and everything is legit. Those are lockers. These are walls, but they can't get through anything.
No. It's there, but it's not there. That's what's so weird. It's there, but it's not there. Like, what's going on here?
Bordas goes into a classroom and they're talking history.
World War I
history. And it's, they just walk in. The teacher's like, hey, what are you doing in here? Oh, you're supposed to be in this class. This is History 102. And then she tries to break the glass and she can't. We're going to take the principal's office.
To the principal's office if you keep this up.
I would have said, yes, take me to the principal's office.
Yeah, is he the one doing this?
I'm like, you need to talk to, who's in charge.
Yeah.
But it's funny how the students don't really react.
I think they see them as students. Like human kids. It's weird.
I want to see what Bordas looks like as a human. He's just like a random dude. But yeah, so but they're scanning the people and they're coming up as life forms.
Yeah, humans. Regular humans. Like, okay, humans that you'd find today in 2022.
Yeah, they have blood and vessels and heartbeats and so I'm like, if this is a simulation, this has to be the most advanced simulation ever.
Oh yeah.
Because they'd be able to tell the difference. As when they were in the classroom, Lamoy was just walking around. He gets jumped by some kids. They throw him in the bathroom and they just beat the crap out of him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you where's the money at? I was like, what are you talking about? They're just like how a nerd would get beat up. Oh, you owe us money. What was his name? Greg or something?
Oh, Larry or something?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you got the money? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you better have that money. They just beat the hell out of him.
They even stick his head in the toilet.
Yeah, they give him a swirly.
And Tala tries to open the door and she can't. So it's like, what the heck?
I'm thinking, okay, this must be some fear-based simulation.
Yeah.
Like, why would it? But he got beat up and they'd scan his injuries and they're real injuries.
Yeah.
Like actual real injuries.
He really got beat up. Yeah, this wasn't like fake. So then Mercer realized, so maybe in the simulation or wherever it is, we can get hurt.
Yeah, so let's be careful.
Gotta be careful.
Because if this is fake, it's real enough to actually cause pain.
Yep.
Because he was bleeding, busted lip. Yeah, he got his butt kicked.
Exactly.
I like the fact he's like, I need more time. By the end of the day, I'll have the money. He's like, I don't even know
I'll have the $10, whatever you want.
Yeah, I don't even know how much money it's supposed to be. But he just got his butt kicked.
That's funny.
I just love the fact that he's like the generic bully. It's like, okay, let's go to the lunchroom. So they go to a lunchroom and they try to sit down with some,
the cool girls, and they're like, oh no, you can't.
The Bordas is like, oh, can I sit with you? Ugh, not for you. But there's rooms. I'm prepared to take it by force. You don't need to do that.
Mercer's like, it's okay, we'll just go. And this guy, and then freaking Molly just tells him, so there was some rehearsal, so he said something to him.
Yeah, tells him you get a 5. Your face is a 5. Oh no, she gets all upset. They sit with like the nerds.
Yeah.
Oh man, what happened to you? Oh man, you know this guy Greg. Oh man, you better pay him his money. I don't know why. Why didn't you pay him anything? Just do it, man. Because I remember freshman year, it was all year long until I paid him the money. And
then I did, and I got super famous on TikTok, and I showed him, and then Morris is like, "What the hell are you talking about?
What did you just say?"
He's like, "I don't know what TikTok. What are you talking about?"
We know what that is. But we get back to the Orville. They're getting ready to go down. Dr. Finn's there. Like, okay, we're getting our shuttles.
Yeah.
But the scans, they still can't find anybody.
But it's the normal desert again, like it's supposed to be. It's just desert.
Let's just land where they landed, and it's just a barren wasteland the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So they got transported. They're under some type of weird dampening field where they can't see past something.
It's something.
And your captain is just gone. Like, what do you do with that? Class lets out, and
they can get out. So they got out. So they're outside, but it looks like a normal city.
Greg hangs out by the bleachers. So they're out on the football field.
Oh yeah.
The bullies show up. Hey, you got that money? And they're like, yeah, we need to talk to Greg. Where is he? Oh, you found him. They turn around. It's like a giant ogre.
Ogre with an axe. Like, okay, what's it? They don't notice this big old monster?
And no one's reacting to it.
No.
So it's like the World of Warcraft battle monster.
Yeah. Looks cool.
Yeah. What the F?
What are we supposed to do?
Because everything was like a real high school to this point.
Yeah, like, okay.
They try to fight it.
And it's hitting with an axe. It's going to kill him.
Those phasers are doing nothing.
No.
It snatches Lemoy. And it's going to like bite his head off. And for one split second, you see his eyes go gray. And we're like, what the F was that?
That was weird.
Like, this thing's like...
Did it take over him? What's going on?
Tala freaking throws a bleacher at its eyeball and like...
Perfect. Nails it. Like, dang, man.
That was a nice shot.
Yeah, it was.
But they're able to kind of get away from it. I just like the fact that no one else is responding to this.
No, like this guy, why would this guy want money? Like, of all things, he's a big old ogre. Why would he need money for?
He needs money to buy stuff.
Yeah, that's it. He's got to buy stuff at the village, I guess.
So they keep running. They run back in the high school because they got to go somewhere.
Somewhere where he can't get to him.
Because I'm thinking, well, the high school's where they were locked in, but they step into it and they are on an airplane now.
Like a regular airplane cockpit, like right behind the cockpit.
Yeah, like you just boarded on.
Yeah.
So
the tourist says, "I'll take your seats." Okay.
So they're on this again. I'm like a simulation, but the world's most real simulation.
And Borders can't open that door, so they're stuck in this situation now.
And they're in the air. They're flying.
Yep.
And of course, to them, they barely know what an airplane is. Yeah. Then, but of course, Lemoy is a pilot. He goes, "Oh, these ancient aircraft," and he's like, "Yeah, we're flying. That's just odd."
And they go and they take their seats and they're sitting.
And then they're like, "Hey, I want to let you guys know when that monster had me, I felt this like I was out of my body.
Yeah,
like I was there, but I was outside of my body watching
myself getting attacked by this monster."
And he's like, "That's odd."
Right.
He's like,
"Yeah, exactly. That's weird."
I don't know if that's it's just thing because I've been in shock before. Because I've been through some situations. This was something totally different.
Yeah, exactly.
So something's happening. I'm like, okay, whoever has these people, They want to experience like intense situations or something. Like they want to, or I want to say like your blood pressure is high and things like that.
Whatever's doing this is highly advanced. I mean, this is like, wow, this is crazy.
But like, almost like they're sort of like test dummies.
Yeah.
So they're on an airplane thinking, oh God, first I thought there was going to be a Twilight Zone. There's a man on the wing, something like that.
Yeah.
I could have totally done that, but they didn't do that.
No. And then funny, they're flying and goes, I know I'm not an expert on old planes, but for some reason we're intentionally hitting these lightning bolts. For some reason.
We're hitting turbulence on purpose.
Yeah, why aren't we not getting away from that? Because I know these pilots wouldn't do that, so this is weird.
Every time we get a fresh patch of air, we dip a little lower to get back into the turbulence.
Why?
So it wants a stressful situation.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Get back to Dr. Finn, and nothing. Scans show nothing.
Just a desert.
They see, it's a desert the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
They see where it landed. I'm thinking, is it going to be there? But like, whoa, the ship looks like it's been here for 100 years. No, nothing. It's just empty.
Empty.
They check the logs, and it says, all 5 are on board. 5 people departed, and that's it.
That's it, yeah.
But there's no more tracking after that.
No.
Because normally it would just keep tracking them, but something happened so they are physically somewhere else? Like,
are they even on the planet anymore? You don't even know.
Are they? Because I'm thinking it has to be some kind of dampening field or something, but I don't think they're there anymore. No. They are literally somewhere else.
Yeah.
And of course, Lamar's on the bridge thinking, okay, what the F? Being captain's cool and all, but why does it have to be under this situation?
Exactly, right?
It's like, keep scanning, keep working. They're like,
well, we found, and then they find, like you said, they find the other ship, but it's empty.
Like, well, let's go back.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point of walking around an empty desert. Just come back.
Yep.
And we'll keep scanning and we'll see if something pops up. Because what else can he do?
Because you're like, there's no way. They're here, and what's happening to then Mercer and Kelly could be the same thing. There's no way. It's not completely different.
I think it's a time flux. But something. Why would it be taking them to these specific places? And the whole thing where I know just wasn't time travel because it's a giant ogre.
Yeah.
There's no reality.
This was disjointed. It was like a parallel something. It wasn't,
because it wasn't just like a bully. It was literally a monster.
Yeah. So then they decided, okay, what's going on? So they decided, let's go in the front then, and they're gonna stop him, and then Hell breaks the door, so she can break this door.
There's no pilots.
And Kelly punches out the stewardess, which is funny. Like, she's annoying.
We need you to sit back down.
There's no one at the plane. Don't you see? No one's flying this plane, and like the stewardess doesn't register that.
So this has to be a setup to make them have high stress.
Yeah.
So. Lamar's like, I'm going to try to fly this. So he's trying to look into all the instruments. Like, we need to find some place to land because we're out of fuel.
Yeah, oh my goodness, we're almost out of fuel. And they like, whoa, like really, and the engine goes out. And then they see like an island thing, but it's like mountain terrain.
It's all mountains and there's a little flat patch. Okay, let's try to land it.
That's all we could do because if it's just mountains, we're dead.
It looks great. The visual effects look cool. They hit the top of one mountain, they're bouncing around. It's like, oh, hold on tight. This is going to be a tough landing. But as they're crashing, that eye thing happens to Mercer.
Yeah.
For a couple of seconds, something took him over. So I guess in that moment, he must have been high stress. And I'm like, there's got to be some type of, the aliens are running an experiment. There's some type of entity that just wants to F with them. But they landed and it barely lands, like teeter-totters on the freaking edge. They're like, okay, let's exit out the back of the plane. Everyone's off the plane. Yep. What the F?
And literally, they're hanging on the edge where like he could go like this and fall over.
Like a seesaw.
Yeah, so that's how close they're from dying.
But the back door opens up, and they're in some kind of red room. I'm like, what the hell is this?
This looks alien now.
A bunch of look like pods, just like hanging. And everyone's like, where the hell are we? Bortus is like, oh, this is a Mocklin morgue.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy.
So there's dead people in there. It's like, yeah.
And then Emily's like, why the heck are they floating? Because
it's funny because I like the way they have their own style about doing things. It's like, oh, when someone dies, we stand them up and raise them up for 9 days. For 9 days, so they can their spirits can work out whatever
problems they had on Mockless.
Yeah. Like, oh, that's nice. It's like, oh, how nice of you.
How nice of you to do that. It doesn't look creepy at all.
Very considerate.
Yeah.
But these pods, and then just mist on the ground. Like, can this look any creepier? Like,
this is the only part that's really creepy. You're like,
Doesn't it have to be this scary?
Yeah.
I thought it was really weird. Tala sees a thing pop up. I'm like, oh, is this the control for this simulation?
Stop this? Yeah.
She hits the button and all the pods open up and they're full of dead bodies. Like, oh God, why'd you push that button? Yeah. Why did you do that? Then Bortus sees Clyden in one.
I think it looks like Clyden. I could be wrong. And he gets so close and he grabs him and starts choking him.
And during that time, he gets that little eyeball thing. So this thing is forcing them into these situations to get them to feel like this super high stress, scared situation.
Yeah, it is.
They break him free, and it's like, okay, let's get the hell out of here. And because when they look back, everyone's like dead again.
Yeah.
So what the hell?
And he grabbed him for like a good minute.
Yeah, like he was like choking him, and they couldn't break the grip. But it wasn't enough to kill him. It was enough to just get him in that state.
Yeah.
That severe state of fear. That is such a crazy thing. Yeah. So yeah, they have nothing to get down there. Even Isaac's like, all my scans are picking up nothing.
And then Lamar does a good thing, saying, just come up to the ship, like you said. There's no point staying down there.
Yeah, because if whatever got them or where they're at, they escaped the morgue and now they're on Solaris.
And then right there, and then Mercer goes, this can't be real because we'd all be dead. Because if gravity would have...
Yeah, the only one to be alive would be Tala. So, yeah. Can Isaac survive? I bet you he could.
Oh, yeah.
But I think he'd be really stunted in his
movements. Why would you want to, though? You don't have to force that much.
So, yeah, they're on her home planet, and they see a light flickering in the distance.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, okay, what's the deal with that? But then Ed has a huge gash on his head. They're like, oh, man, you got hit too. He's like, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you even talked about in the morgue. He goes, but the Finn's not here, so nothing we can do about it.
We need brain scans.
Yeah, brain scans.
But, like, okay, we see a boat, like a little raft, like full-blown, Huckleberry Finn.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, Slayer, don't you have, like, better ships than that?
Don't we? And people like to go out on canoes and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
I do like how Kelly's looking out for Mercer. She's like, hey, I'll go. You stay here. We don't know, because if there's the fight happens over there, because you could have a concussion.
Yeah.
So they had that little, like, cute, like,
this is an order. Yes, it's an order. From your number one, basically.
I like that. That was nice. So they start making their way there, and then we see some giant water beast. I'm like, oh, God. It reminded me so much of Resident Evil 4. Remember that giant water?
It's like you wanted to tell us. You didn't tell us there were big creatures in these oceans.
Oh, yeah. By the way, the Unagi lives in here.
I know. Let us know.
Grabs Kelly.
Yeah.
And I like how Lemoyne's just like, I ain't going in there.
He can't. What's he going to do?
Tala goes down there. She tries to save her. They're fighting the freaking squid. They both get the eye thingy.
Yeah. It's so funny about that, though, because if you think about it, if this was her planet, she wouldn't be strong at all. She'd be normal strength.
She'd be a regular person.
So luckily, that's not the case here, yeah.
So this is weird. So the simulation knows a lot, but why not make it 100% real? Because everything else is real. But I guess
but so far, it doesn't want to kill them. It just wants them to experience that maybe you could die. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it wants it to.
So they're out there, and then like the ground starts to shake. And a big door appears.
It looks like something from like the medieval times or whatever.
And Mercer's like, no, screw you. And even does like a Captain Kirk. We're not playing your game.
We're not playing this game no more.
He's like, whatever who you are, we're not doing what you want us to do. So we're going to just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So they just start walking.
And then they find scans of something like
an energy source in a cave. They go in there and they see like remember the little pylons and track they would put down to amplify the transporters? Mm-hmm. It looks a lot like that.
A little bit, yeah. Except a little cone part. Yeah.
They're scanning it like, oh, this thing could be a modified, like for holograms.
Yeah, but for the whole planet. That's the thing. They're even full of the Orville ships in outer space.
Yeah,
that's got to be one powerful machine.
So they're able to shut down the shield.
Well, before he does, when he touches it, he goes, "Well, there's a shield. Unfortunately, I wish you would have said something. I would have touched it."
They do. Mercer just shoots it and blows it up. Then the simulation goes away and in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I guess they found it. So whatever this was, it was made by this thing, but they could, just by looking at it, they can tell this material doesn't look like. We know that it was like a thing for a simulation, but a lot of these parts, we don't even know what these parts are. So collect it all up. We're going to go back up to the Orville.
And they scan it what this is, what the hell this is.
At least Isaac can take a look at it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh man, but what was the reason for all this?
I don't know.
A trap?
We have no idea.
But then this whole time I'm thinking, but what was the whole thing with the eyeballs?
I don't know.
Like them like shorting out.
Yeah, what's that have to do with this?
Yeah, these two things shouldn't have anything to do with each other. So they're able to contact the Orville. I'm like, oh, thank God, they're gonna be able to get off.
They find their ship and they grab the pieces, like you said, and
then they head back up. I'm like, okay, if this is it, why isn't the episode over?
Yeah, like what's so funny, we actually checked. There's like 14 minutes left. I don't know about this.
Something's happening. I'm like, As they're going up, I'm like, are they still in the simulation?
And they end up scanning and go, oh my goodness, this is Kalon.
There's Kalon tech in here.
Oh my gosh. They figured out how to like
get people and like, you know what? If you think about it, if they can do this and visually fool all our sensors, fool everyone into thinking something's real, and they were physically getting hurt.
Yeah. So was this like a test run for the Kalon to do this to them? Like, you don't know. Why would they do this? It's so weird.
Such an odd... But think about it. If they can make this go up off a planet, imagine if they had it on a ship.
They go, the hologram does one thing, and there's another part of the program that messes with your mind. It's like a neurogenic thing that makes you think you're seeing these things.
So when you get cut, your body will make yourself get cut. Because it believes it's real.
Yep.
Like your mind perceives it as 100%
and it goes,
real.
it makes sense to Kalon to do this because with them, the Union and the Krill, they can take on the Kalon. They can't, but with this technology... It can mess with everybody.
Yeah, and then when Finn scanned their brains, she's like, whatever happened to you, it was all exactly the same to all your brains.
Yeah.
And with the combination of the simulation and what happened to your brain, it made this super realistic simulation. It's like, that's a hell of a weapon.
So they go, okay, they end up contacting the command and Union's point.
Hey, there's some Kalon tech out here. We all experienced this thing where they can hologram and mask themselves. They're like, okay, we're going to dispatch a science vessel with a bunch of ships and we're going to patrol the area and we're going to do a planet-wide scan.
Yeah.
And we're going to find out whatever this technology is and maybe find a way to counter it.
Yep.
Or something.
Something you can do.
Because this weapon is super scary.
Yeah, this would win in the war. There's no way.
Because they can just pulse it out and you just think nothing's there.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, your ship's blown up.
Yep.
You won't even know any different.
No, you want it.
So I'm like... What the heck, man? They ran into some nasty stuff. But then, you know, the other ship shows up. And then Isaac goes, those aren't Union vessels. Those are Kalon ships. What are you talking about? Even Charles like, oh, he's lying. He just wants to trick us. And I'm like,
because he doesn't care. He wants to shoot on our own people. And no, then Isaac, you're reading the scene. Then Mercer's going to take Isaac's advice. Well, he's a machine. He can't be fooled by this.
Then he's like, okay, red alert. Let's just start. Let's make evasive maneuvers. They start to give chase, and boom, they turn into.
There's like 5 Kalon ships.
So they're able to use this. It's better than a cloaking device.
Yeah,
that's crazy because they even did the scans for the codes and they came up Union.
Yeah, because why don't they want it? They could just go to Earth with a bunch of their ships and think, oh, they're Union ships, and not even know them. Before you know it, Earth's gone.
So it's 5 Kalon vessels versus the Orville.
They can't even fight one Kalon ship.
They can maybe take on one.
One of the smaller ones.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But it's one huge one and like 3 small ones. They're done.
Yeah.
They can't they got hit 3 times, boom, their quantum drive's already half busted. They're leaking quantum energy.
Yep.
Then it cuts back to the Orville and there's no red alert.
Yeah.
What?
I
thought we skipped a scene.
No, they're still going through the simulation.
I knew it. I knew it. They were still in the simulation.
And then they get a call from Tala saying, oh, where are you guys at? I've been waiting for you. And they're like, what?
Tala, we picked you up hours
ago. No, I'm still here. Like, I know you guys don't want me back. She's just being stupid. Like,
so she didn't come home early.
No, she didn't.
So whatever this hologram thing, it was powerful enough to make them think that she came back.
Yeah.
So the Tala that's with Mercer and them isn't
Tala at all.
Real Tala.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
How powerful is this?
Oh, it's just
simulation
insane.
Pulse.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It can't be machine.
No. It has at some point you're starting to realize this is more
not technology.
No,
it's such an advanced technology.
You can't even quantify it.
It's like magic.
Yeah, might as well be.
Because when it went back to the ship and then they're just talking normal, I'm like, whoa, weren't they in the middle of an effing battle?
Yeah.
Cuts back to the
battle. So they're like, okay, who was Atella? Where are people at? We still can't find him. This is crazy.
He's like, so it goes back to
there was a battle.
Mercer's battle.
Yeah.
They're getting all jacked up. They're trying to find some clear space to jump. The quantum core's down. Deflector's down. Let's abandon ship. Then because what the Kalon do, they kamikaze.
Yeah, they don't care.
It goes. It is 1 millimeter away from the ship and just pauses.
You're like, what the heck? And then they're like, oh, like this, like their hands up, and like everyone's frozen. But
everyone's frozen in thing. And you see the Kalon ship is literally right on the nose.
Oh, like another second, they're done. I mean, it's goodbye.
It's
time.
like a program pause.
Yeah.
You know. Then they're walking around. They're like, what happened? What is this?
Exactly.
So yeah, they were still in the simulation.
Yeah, I love how they have their hands up. Like, what the heck?
What a cool the shot of the Kalon vessel.
Yeah.
That's such a cool shot.
It is. But what detail? My goodness,
So the simulation knew exactly how everything worked, the way the explosion, the quantum drive, it knew everything?
Yep.
So then Tala starts walking funny. I'm like, oh, okay, this is like the fake Tala. And she just turns into some kind of energy thing.
Well, she looks like an advanced, like Tron character, like super advanced.
A woman.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, don't be scared. And they're like, what? Then they're still on the planet.
Yeah.
Like she offered them tea and everything. Oh, don't worry, everything's fine, Captain. You don't have to worry about anything. It's like, what do you mean don't worry about anything? Oh, basically, so yeah, this is all a simulation.
It's all simulation.
They never even left the planet.
No.
So that conversation with Finn, their minds being synced up.
I'm glad that was a lie, because like if the camera fitted this, they're so screwed.
It was funny. The simulation knew that they wanted to find an answer and gave them an answer. Yeah. Oh, they'll find this machine in a cave.
Well, but it's so funny because I think this creature was always telling from the beginning when she told them about those Kalon signatures. Yeah. So they led them to do this and figure, it was a Kalon. Once they said, we don't want to do this anymore, well, how will give them this?
As soon as she came in, that whole conversation with Kelly. Yeah. But this entity knew about her father and everything. Knew about
their minds like it's nothing.
Knew about those chocolates.
Yeah. And then he's talking about, Mercer and all that. And then he says, Kelly, or... and she goes, once our God and everything. And Kelly's like,
remember
what?
In the previous season, there was that planet that was in that quantum flux.
Well, like for every 2 weeks is 700 years for them.
Yeah.
She goes, they're those people, but 50,000 years in the future. So they're so advanced, it's ridiculous.
They like transcended everything.
Yeah.
They're almost Q.
They're like a step away from Q.
Because she's like, what was the point of all this? It's like, well, when you discovered everything in the universe, because they're so good. Their way that they cloak themselves is so good that you can't even tell that they're there.
No.
So they must literally be in another plane of existence
where they can watch you.
And watch you. Yeah. Like they can be in the same room with you and you wouldn't even
know. You wouldn't even understand. Yeah, you wouldn't comprehend.
So they're like, well, we're basically immortal.
Yeah.
None of us can die.
No.
We want to know what dying was like, so we kind of put you through this little thing, and it's beyond the moment of death. We took over your body so we can feel that.
And then what did Mercer say? He says something pretty funny.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, you got your little metaphorical rocks off to feel. It's like, oh, you weren't in any real danger. But he's like, hey, we did experiments on our own people, but it didn't take us 50,000 years to realize it was wrong.
Yeah.
Like, humans have done some horrible things to other humans, but they're so beyond that, it's almost like, oh.
They don't understand that.
Ant farm.
Yeah.
Like, to them, ant farm.
But again, they don't want to hurt the ants. They just want to see them dance.
Yeah.
They just want to see them entertained because they don't know what it's like. So I think in the moment when the eyes are gray, they probably inhabit their bodies to feel fear.
They literally could take over your body.
Yeah.
And push your consciousness out of your body and take you over if they want to.
That's how advanced they are. And they're not doing it with machines. They're probably just doing it with their energy, their minds.
Like when she offered them tea, I think she literally conjured it out of the cosmos.
Yeah.
Because she even talks about there's no men or women, there's no bodies, no evolution.
Yeah.
We got in control of our evolution and we put it in the direction that we wanted.
Yeah.
She's like, just like how you made your steps past tribes to countries, you lost your nations and you just became a
one planet united with these other planets to go to the stars. They're way beyond that.
They're like, those are the first steps.
Those are the first steps of what we had to take.
So you need to keep making these steps and then you'll basically get to where we're at. Yeah. But I'll be like, hey, there's this group called the Kalon. You want to help?
Yeah, well, they know the Kalon. They could wipe them out with just make them out of existence.
You want to help us out there? Yeah. But she's like, oh, thank you for helping us, and you did it without our consent. Oh, don't worry, you weren't in any danger. So they don't even see it as an inconvenience to them
because they don't know about what crime is. They don't know about punishment. They're so beyond that now.
Because when you don't fear death, and so
that's what she said. I say they're kind of stagnant because there's what's next for them.
So they had to go back and remember what it was like to die.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to realize other species die.
Yeah.
So maybe that can be your passion.
But it's kind of funny because you think about it. Kelly did mess with their evolution, so it's kind of turned about as fair play. So now we're going to, you did it to us in the past.
Yeah. And I do like the fact that she's like, oh, we'll meet again. But the next time they meet, it might be another 10,000 years.
Oh, to them, yeah, but to that would be 2 months. Do you think 2-3 months?
Do you think they'll be pure light or something?
They're going to be so advanced, but I don't know how more advanced can you get.
They're like Q. They're basically Q.
What's about?
I don't think they're as powerful as Q, but they're right there.
Yeah,
they're Q
adjacent. Because they made them forget that Talo had to be at that room at that time. I know she left. She got there early, but still, it's
yeah. So that wasn't just... That's not like a machine.
No, and they actually had a spaceship. They actually had a spacecraft that looked just like the Orville to go in there. Is that even real? Is that even there anymore? Like,
are we even watching this episode?
I know, right?
So that's crazy. It's weird. So is that shuttle still in the bay?
I get, maybe it is. Maybe they created it out of nothing.
Or they just made you think all that happened.
Maybe.
And they were all just like asleep or something.
Maybe. Who knows?
Who knows? We don't go that far into detail what happened. She's like, yeah, but, but thank goodness they're not malevolent and they're like, But she's like, oh, thanks. Yeah. What you did for us was pretty awesome. Thanks for letting us know what death is like.
I'll be like telling you, I'm Kelly. I'm your god. How do you do this to me? Yeah, like they believe that anymore.
And like Lamar's like, oh, thank God, Captain. What happened? Well, let's just say we met an old friend. we got. But we're gonna
got a lengthy report here.
Yeah, this report's gonna be an odd one. So yeah, what a good science fiction alien race evolving so far past. Not just in morality, but they're not evil.
No, the problem is they're beyond. It's so funny. We saw them when they were just friggin' washing clothes and cavemen to medieval times, the Renaissance to our time. It's crazy. It's crazy.
But they have a nice little discussion at the end. They're all like drinking. Oh, here's the mortality, and they're drinking. And
then Mercer's was like, about death.
About death and everything. We can't know what it's like. Even if it's then like it goes like an inky void, it's a blackness, but you're still perceiving the blackness. You cannot know what your death is like.
I'm always like, well, I know a funeral, I'm gonna have a lot of girls crying for me. Well, that's not what I mean. I mean like the death itself, not the funeral.
And then I like Borders, like death is a part of life. It's a like a ritual for you to move on. Yeah. But then Ed's like, I would want to live forever.
And then Kelly's, why would you want to do that? Because I want to see what's next.
I want to see what happens next.
That's so cool. That's such a cool captain line.
Personally, I do. Everyone, it's part of life living. Again, it's like what Data said. To make life truly what it is, it's finite. And living forever detracts from a life.
Even Isaac, who can live for millions of years, dies eventually.
Yeah, his battery will run out.
But not these people. They just keep going.
So yeah, what a fun, cool sci-fi episode.
Amazing. A lot of questions, and it makes you think philosophically about all the stuff that happened. It's like, wow, was
it right for the alien race to do this? Like, oh, you're 100% protected the whole time.
But like you said, Kelly messed with their timeline in the past. So it's kind of weird. You get to see that juxtaposition now. Now they're the ones that are the ants compared to the same.
But at least this race only did it to 4 people, 5 people, not a whole entire society.
But at this point, they so forgiving. Like, oh, that was our crazy past. Oh,
and that's what he said. Like, oh, that was ancient history. Who cares?
Yeah,
technically to them, it's super ancient history. Yeah. But did they come back and save their asses at the end of the series?
That'd be
kind of like a DS9.
That would be awesome.
Where it's like, the wormhole aliens, the prophets, are they gonna do a thing?
We helped you. You want to see us? You want us to still be around? Get rid of the Kalon.
Because she just said like, you guys are an interesting race.
Yeah.
It's very.
You can see that they could evolve.
The potential to go to that next level.
The next level, yeah.
And again, I think if us as a human race can get past all of our own BS. And we can get to that point to where we're a space traveling race, and we can.
And then I think we'll meet planets, and we'll eventually meet other aliens, and we'll become like a group, like one under one government.
Like a federation of planets, a union of planets. I think we can get there, but we got to pull our heads out of our butts. But we can do it though.
Yeah. I mean, compared to how advanced they are, the union might as well be like they were back in medieval times.
Yeah,
that's how.
Their ships are soapbox derby racers.
Yeah, exactly. Because they don't even need ships anymore. They probably just open doors. Oh, okay, I'll go to this planet. Let's open the door.
Yeah, that's folding space and time without doing any damage.
Yeah.
Thank goodness they're not like, we're going to kill them.
I know, right?
But what a fun, cool episode.
Oh, I loved it.
Good science fiction, good questioning about morality of life and death, and 2 death episodes in one season.
Yeah, but this one was a little bit more about the mortality of life as opposed to suicide. But
yeah,
my goodness, man, we're 30% in. I'm telling you.
Yeah, series is gonna be. We're almost over. We're 30% over, and then that's.
And then here's the thing, guys. And I want to say this.
Watch it 1,000 times.
Watch it, please, please, please. And the numbers are coming in other countries like Canada and Australia, and they're the number 1 streaming thing. That's got to mean something. It's like
number 7 here in the United States.
What can you do?
And people. Okay, you can like Stranger Things and all that, but come on, let's get some real science fiction back on television, guys.
Yeah, not this honky-tonk, half-hearted attempt at making what they call sci-fi is.
But yeah, tons of fun.
Oh, love it.
Again, the suspense of like, okay, what's going on? Okay, what's going on?
See, now I'm not going to have that feeling again watching this episode, but it's going to be a fun episode.
Yeah, but that's what makes it fun to watch. Yeah. Because you get that feeling of like you're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, and we couldn't figure it out. I'm just glad that Ken didn't have that technology because they would have been so screwed.
Comets are light. let's get some more comments, share it around.
Yeah, because
we're going to combine comment videos because, doing one video with like 10 questions, before we were getting like 30 questions. So let your friends know if they like science fiction, if they want to have their name read out during a video, let them know so we can get some more comments going. And then we
got to get the second episode up and then this episode up, and hopefully we get 25, 30 comments. I really want that.
Yeah, but those videos are fun.
They're very fun.
But thanks for watching, guys. Keep the Orville going. I love classic science fiction. McFarlane does it. See, you notice how the aliens there's no men or women. We've evolved past that because it makes sense. Because if you got to a point to where we're pure energy, there would be no more gender.
Well, it's like for example, I don't even think like the Q have gender either.
No.
I just think you perceive it that way because that's your level of understanding.
So it's not like, it's a trans,
See,
right?
there's a difference.
Because we've literally, in 50,000 years, I hope we evolved to a point to where we don't, bodies aren't a thing.
I don't even think they even reproduce anymore. They're just there. They're just being,
They've always been.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Even though they know they weren't always
been. Yeah, we know your past. We know your little about freaking Kelly and the statues.
But fun stuff.
It was.
Crimson's in here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting on the video really helps out a lot. It gets the video spread around more people get to see the videos, and we get to make more videos for you guys. So thank you, and we appreciate every single one of you guys.